Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official Zen Project 8 beta launch. I'm Cassiah Jay. I want to welcome all of you who are tuning in for your week 3 coaching experience. I'm here today with celebrity fitness and nutrition expert, Mark MacDonald. Hello, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Cassiah? And hello, Zen Project 8 community. I am super fired up for tonight's webcast.
Well, it is so good to have our official Zen brand ambassador with us tonight. So guys, get ready. We've got a great show lined up for you. For those of you who are watching from hangouts.zenproject8.com, be sure to leave your questions, comments, and feedback in the sidebar. And by the way, if you are new, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just a couple of quick things for you to take a look at. We want to invite you to go to zenproject8.com. Here you can see the 3 phases of Project 8. So it's your 8-week transformation. You are looking at the Detox, Ignite, and Thrive. We are now in the Ignite phase. If you haven't had a chance to plug in, please come up here and go to Hangouts. That will take you to the replays of the shows that Mark and I have done the past 2 weeks. So this tells you a little bit about how you can experience it. But for everyone who joins our community, there are 8 steps that you need. So at the bottom of zenproject8.com, you can see the 8 steps making that commitment to start your transformation. We've got a private Facebook community we would like to invite you to come to, so you can click on that link to join. And if you're just starting, you want to download the guides. Mark has prepared amazing PDF guides for you to follow along for each phase. They are available right here. Order your products, take your before and after pictures, and of course, tune in right here at this channel every Monday night at 9 p.m. And remember, we need those before and after pictures to be submitted by March 7th. But listen, if you're just joining, don't worry. This is ongoing in terms of the coaching that you're going to receive. So if you're new and you haven't had a chance to catch up on those first couple of weeks, watch the replays. And certainly we want to invite you to participate with us. All right. Housekeeping rules for you. We want everyone super active in the group, and we love hearing from you. We love seeing your content, but remember, it is a promo-free area, so we want to make sure that you are being reverent to the other people who are in the group. We've got lots of people from lots of different walks of life who are in there, so please keep from self-promoting. Please don't put your links to your website. Please don't put any type of watermarks or anything on your images if you want them to be shared quickly and stuff to be approved. So make sure you're adding value. We have now 5,000 people in our group. If you want something to be approved in there, be thinking, is this something 5,000 people really need to see? So we want to make sure our quality is really, really high, but we want to encourage you to engage in there as well. All right. Every week we do a rapid fire session with our Zen brand ambassador, Mark MacDonald, and we've got the top 10 questions that were asked in the community. So I'm going to ask them, and Mark is going to answer them as fast as possible. So Mark, are you prepared?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready. Like I'm fired. My adrenaline's going, so bring it on. Rapid Q&A.
It's rapid fire Q&A. All right, question number 1. Should I weigh myself every single day?
So you should not be weighing yourself every single day. Please do not let the scale determine if you are feeling good about your progress. It's only part of the equation. You have to go off your energy, how you're feeling throughout the day, how your clothes are fitting, what your inch measurements are, if you have sugar cravings. All of these factors come into your success. Too many people let the scale determine it. Your weight can fluctuate 2 to 3 pounds every single day. Weigh yourself once a week, preferably naked, in the morning on the same scale. And remember, it's just a part of your success. This isn't just 1 week. This is a whole experience we're going to live together.
I love that. Okay, so once a week, guys, weigh yourself once a week, butt naked in the morning. Perfect time to do it. All right, second question to follow up with that. My weight loss is slowing down. Why is that? What's going on?
Yeah, so week 1's detoxing. We all have this bloat, this inflated weight. So you can naturally lose anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds in that first week. It's just you take out all the junk. As we're moving to turning your body into a fat burning machine, you can't lose 5 to 10 pounds every single week. So guys, don't get disappointed if you lose 3 pounds. That's really, really good. Progress is progress. So just know that your results will be slower, and as you keep living it, you probably start moving into a 1 to 2 pound range. There might be even a week where you don't see any movement on the scale, but your clothes feel better. You look leaner. You're still burning fat. Your body is getting set up to make another run and burst through a plateau. That's why this isn't just a 1-week program. It's a life experience, and there's 3 phases to it. So stay in the game.
Perfect. All right, guys, question number 3. We're 3 weeks into the course now. The buzz is kind of worn off, Mark. How do I stay motivated?
Yeah, we love the launch. I mean, everyone loves to start. The question is, do you love to finish? Yes, you do. That's why we have these weekly coaching series. This is why you're part of the Facebook community. So how do you get motivated? You remember why you started in the first place. You wanted to have greater energy. You wanted to be a better person. You wanted to feel better. You wanted to look better. All of those reasons. And you have to keep making your food fun and your exercise fun. Every single week, you need to tune in. You need to be engaged in the group daily. And if you feel you're struggling, ask questions. We are here to help. And just remember, every day you do it, one more day forward, you're going to be getting closer and closer to the life you want to live your best health.
I love that. You just said about food, being such an important component of this. Question number 4 is, what do I do? I feel like my food is getting boring.
Yeah, listen, clean food can be boring. So but imagine this. You get in an ignite phase, you can bring some oatmeal in. So you do an oatmeal with some Zen shake and you put a little peanut butter in there. But adding a little cinnamon to that, it's like a whole new day. So get creative with your free foods on your list. Herbs, spices, throw in some of these, no salt on some chicken or turkey. It tastes amazing. So you need to get creative. We fall into ruts. You need to stay in a rhythm. And it's very hard when you just say, hey, it's easy for me to make my food the same. But once you get bored, you're one step away from falling off plan. So get creative with it. Spend a little bit more and add 5 new ingredients to your meal plans every single week. And you're going to see magic happen.
Oh, very interesting. Adding 5 new ingredients. I love that. I also love spices. That was a big thing that really helped me. I think I bought like 30 things at the grocery store. I just went to Target and bought every shaker, everything I could find, preferably the salt-free ones. They make really good ones, guys. So spice it up. Definitely makes a big difference in terms of being able to eat certain foods that are clean. Sometimes they just need more flavor. Okay, Mark, so we're talking about portions. People want to know, like, how serious is it? You say thumbs and palms and things like this in terms of how they should measure their food. Do portions have to be exact? Does that matter?
They do not have to be exact. Look, we don't, if it's a palm of protein and you're going to have 8 palms, then maybe that's too much. But listen, there is no perfection. Just if it's a little bit extra, it's okay. I don't want you to obsess. We do not want anyone in this group, in this movement, to become obsessive about food. It's about understanding the proteins, fats, and carbs that you like. You simply have to eat in threes. You want to be satisfied after every meal. 3 hours later, you want to be hungry. And if you can follow that, and if you eat a meal and an hour later because you had a good workout, you're a little hungry, eat again. It's okay. And each week, you're going to keep adjusting to maximize your results.
I love that. Okay, so in this phase, we brought in exercising. So there's a lot of questions about exercise. The first question is, what are the best types of specific fat burning exercise?
Yeah, so remember, fat burning is when you have oxygen present, so you're not out of breath. Your heart rate's going to be anywhere around 130 to 140 beats per minute, and you can basically have a conversation. You shouldn't be talking because that means you're not maximizing the output, but you basically want to do that. You want to choose low impact movement. So walking on a treadmill on an incline is going to burn more fat than if you're walking on a treadmill on a flat surface. Treadmills, stair climbers, those are going to recruit more muscle fibers, what means that you burn more fat than if you were doing a non-impact movement like a bike or elliptical trainer. Now, if you have joint problems or a bad back and you can't do a treadmill or stair climber, then do what you can do. But if you're looking at what's best, choose movements like that. If you're going to jog, just make sure that you're not winded when you're jogging, because that's more high intensity cardio, not fat burning cardio. And make sure your fat burning cardio is after your strength training or your high intensity / interval training, because fat burning burns fat.
Good advice. Okay, so if you're going to weight train, and then use the treadmill or the stair climber or whatever it is that you choose to do. You said something else really interesting I just want to touch on really quickly because that helps me a lot with regards to what your heart rate is when you're working out. Because, whether you're weightlifting or jogging or whatever, you start to feel like your heart beating fast. And so what I did is I went out and I got a Polar watch. It was like $50. I think I even ordered one on Amazon. But I wear a chest strap and I wear my little watch and it tells me my heart rate. So I know when I'm in that fat burning zone. And that's so important, especially when you're talking about working out. It's to know where your heart rate is so that you're getting the best type of workout. Mark, you agree?
100%, Cassiah, and that I call it your oxygen line. So you want to get right to that point where you're almost winded, but you're not. And that's maximizing your fat burning. And by knowing your heart rate, by having a polar, you actually told me when to get with my Apple Watch that I bought immediately. And I love always monitoring my heart rate because it gives me a number. And this is the funny thing. Days where you're tired or you might be more stressed or you do at the end of the day, you'll see that you have to work out a little less intense, even with your fat burning cardio, because your body's a little fatigued. So always be aware of it. It's data. Just like how a scale or inch measurement, your heart rate is a measurement of where your body is progressing with its activity.
Perfect. Okay, so let's talk about strength training, because some people are afraid of lifting weights. What does that look like? What's the best type of strength training? Can you just tell the audience a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there's basically, as I talked about in the last hangout, there was two types of exercise, cardio. You have your fat burning cardio and you have your high intensity cardio. Fat burning is when you have oxygen present, like I shared, and high intensity is when you do that interval training, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Now, strength training, the whole goal, women and men, muscle is your friend. When you stabilize your blood sugar by eating in threes, you release your stored fat, which is exactly what you're doing on these three phases. That fat gets released in your bloodstream, and then it gets burned up in your muscle. So strength training is to overload your muscle fibers so you come back stronger. So doing movements like push-ups and pull-ups, body through space, TRX, anything where you're actually putting your body against gravity, and you're sore the next day means that you have micro tears in your muscle, you feed your body correctly, and your muscle comes back stronger. That improves your metabolism. So ideally, you want your strength training to be 2 to 3 times a week and anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, body through space movements.
Perfect. You said something about soreness, which I know a lot of people, if they're not used to being active or moving their bodies, they can encounter after working out or even doing some cardio. So what do you think about stretching? Should they be stretching before, after? What does that look like in terms of making sure that their body is adjusting?
Yes, if you're not stretching, you are one movement away from an injury that's going to derail you and make you fall off plan. That's the reality. When you're not exercising, it's just not, I don't know why, it must be psychology, Cassiah, but you don't want to eat as well. So you need to stretch. Every day you should be stretching about 10 to 15 minutes, just basic, your hamstring, your quad. There's so many things you can do. Just Google stretching and you can find 10 full body stretches that are going to set you up to win. But when you work out, your muscle gets shorter. Stretching allows you to elongate so it stays healthy. I play adult soccer. When I played pro in college, everyone warm up. I now play with, I'm 43, I play with a bunch of 30 and 40 years old. They don't even stretch. You know how many people get hurt every single game because they don't stretch? So stretch every day, you'll feel better, and it's gonna allow you to be better as you work out.
And it feels so good when you do it.
It helps you burn fat too.
Oh, good to know. I did not know that. All right, well, stretching is a part of our regimen, guys, so let's make sure we stretch really well. Okay, Mark. Last question of the rapid fire session, and then we're going to move into tonight's topic. But this question is very important. It is, how can I do this program with my family?
Yeah, that is the biggest thing. And that's why when we looked at launching Zen Project 8, because I was all about, listen, you don't want to just do a program that you do and then your family eats. I grew up, as I've shared many times before, that my mom and my sister Laura ate their diet foods. Myself, my dad, and my sister Chris, we ate our normal food. You shouldn't have to do that way. What we're teaching with the Detox, Ignite, and Thrive phase, everyone can do this together. If you have kids, we have my 10-year-old son Hunter. He just does the Thrive phase. Doesn't take products. He just does a Thrive phase. He loves shapes. And then me and Abby, we eat in threes. So this is something you can do with your family, with your friends. There's nothing crazy. There's nothing that's going to make you deprive yourself or starve yourself. You eat the foods you love and you get the results. So lock arms with people and rock it.
I love that. Okay, guys. So the theme this week is creating clarity in the chaos of life. We all know, especially for those of you who have families or travel, life is busy, life is intense, and oftentimes can be chaotic. So Mark, you and I, we were just on the road in Anaheim. We actually were at an event together over the weekend. Lots of fun, good times. I love tonight's concept because it's talking about, traveling and how we can prepare our meals and really stay on course, because I think planning is part of being successful. So I know you have lots of topics that you want to dive into tonight. So anyway, Anaheim was really fun. Thank God you were there too, because you had your kit with you and your protein bars and everything that you needed to be successful, which was impressive.
First off, it was so cool to see you at Anaheim. And I saw so many people in our community in Anaheim. We got to hug it out. But it was fun because we had to go to the airport. We had to do we did an event. We then went to dinner. All of these things. This is what I want everyone to know. This is why we want to focus over the next 10 minutes really about helping you create this clarity in a chaotic life. We all have chaotic lives, whether you might have a sick child, whether you might have a big work project. Maybe you wake up late because your alarm clock or you're sleep deprived. All of these little things happen that make us fall off plan. And as this novelty wears off, and this isn't a diet, this is a lifestyle, and you evolve into a lifestyle, you have to have 3 main strategies that we're going to be sharing with you tonight that's going to set you up to win. So let's dive into that. So as Cassiah has always taught me, I'm learning how to do my, I'm getting good at using the PowerPoint as I talk as well.
Hey, so you're using your PowerPoint and I'm using my PowerPoint at the same time. Isn't this great?
I love it. This is live. I'm getting good with this. So we talk about the 3 phases. As Cassiah said, we're the ignite, but this is something that you're going to learn tonight that you can dive into all 3 phases. So we talk about winning your food frenzy. So right now at home, I want you to say, win my food frenzy. Just think about that and think about frenzy. It's those moments in time when life really pushes. And what I've seen, I've personally coached over 40,000 clients. Millions have lived the programs. And we think about this, there's 3 main things you need to own to win your food frenzy. Number 1, you need to master your grocery shopping. Number 2, you got to create your MRFK. I call it your mobile readiness food kit. And number 3, you have to effectively eat out and stay on plan when you're in restaurants and on the go. Cassiah, how does those sound to you?
They sound amazing. I love this. I'm excited to talk about grocery shopping because that's an area in my life I could use a little help on. All I know, Mark, is that I try never to buy processed foods. So my shopping is typically done around the outside of the grocery store. So fill me in. What do you got for us tonight?
So I love that. And that you're doing the right thing. So when we talk about mastering your grocery shopping, there's going to be 3 main strategies I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go back to the screen, but I just want you to think about never shopping hungry, having a plan, and choosing foods with 5 or fewer ingredients. So let's go back to always having never shopping hungry. So when I think about whenever I've gone to whenever I've gone to a grocery store and I've been hungry, it's been, you go in, it's like a time bomb. It's like a war zone. Your blood sugar's low and you're not craving protein or chicken or tuna. You're craving carbs, and you walk in and you smell the donuts and you have the baked goods and you just go there and it's like a magical lure, like you're like a magician's there. So the key is eat in 3s before. Go in satisfied so that you're in control. So never shop hungry. Number 2, you need to have a plan. I always think of a grocery store like a war zone. It's this place where it's anything can go off on that. So you need to make a list. So go in prepared. Have a blueprint laid out. So you want to make a list of your favorite proteins, your favorite fats, your favorite carbs. I talk about adding 5 new ingredients to keep your food fresh. So think about the spices you want. Make it fun. Try new veggies each week. Try new fruits. Have a plan going into it. Number 2, look at the store's battle map. Cassiah, you were spot on when you said that. The battle map is the outside of the store. You're going to have your fresh fruits and your veggies. You then have your fresh meats. You then have your dairies. So all your good foods are on the outside. The inside is where it's the war zone, where it's like if you have low blood sugar or you have the cereals. I take Hunter in there, and he wants to grab everything. So choose the carbs that make sense. And when you go into that middle section, have the plan on that. And then the last thing, when you grocery shop, is make sure that you choose ingredients with 5 or fewer, choose foods with 5 or fewer ingredients. Less processed foods going to get you better overall results. So you do the best when you can with that. And one bonus tip that I want to share is this. Make sure you set a weekly day that you grocery shop. Maybe it's a Saturday, maybe it's a Sunday, but you want to always be ahead of the curve with that. That's how you master grocery shopping, Cassiah. Can you do that?
Perfect. I think everybody can do that. So 3 main strategies: never shop hungry. I call that hangry, right? When you're so hungry that you're angry, you're ticked off at everything. Number 2, have a plan. I love the approach of like a battle map, going in there and knowing like where you need to go, where you can win and where you might lose. That's obviously important. Setting a schedule, knowing that you have certain days of the week that you prep, whether that's a Sunday or a Wednesday or whatever that looks like, and choosing foods with 5 or fewer ingredients is absolutely genius. So I totally agree with you. With grocery shopping comes preparation, right? And I know another theme that we wanted to talk about on the show tonight was creating your MRFK. So I'm sure people saw that. What does that mean, Mark? What's your MRFK?
So I love the MRFK. So when you look at what is your MRFK, I have a good story on this. I was in Venice Beach, California years ago. And one of my best friends, Scotty Spiro, was doing the program. He's eating in threes. And he came up in his car and he had this big, he said, Mark, you got to see this. I said, what, Scott? And he opened up his trunk and he had this deluxe MRFK. And I said, what is that? He's all, I call it my mobile readiness food kit, because he's always stuck in traffic in LA and he needed food to win. So these are your 5 essentials. So everyone, I want you to know it could be as simple as a protein bar in your purse, or it could just be a protein bar in your briefcase or a Zen shake. But there's 5 basic essentials. And I'm going to go through this PowerPoint here, and then I have some visuals when I go back to the live stream of me. Number 1, you need a cooler. So find a cooler that it fits for your lifestyle. Like I have a big cooler, Cassiah saw it. It's 6-pack bags. But that's a great website to go to, 6-pack bags. And they have a lot of different varieties on coolers that will match your style. Reusable ice packs. Nothing's worse than having a cooler with your ice packs. You forget to put those ice packs in the next day, and you wake up the next morning and now your food cold. So get multiple forms of reusable ice packs. You're always prepared. That will last at least 3 days. Stainless steel containers, Tupperware, airtight sandwich baggies. This is exactly what I had when I went to Los Angeles. I use my stainless steel containers and put nuts in there. Tupperware, you can put hard-boiled eggs and your favorite turkey jerky. And then airtight sandwich packages, I put supplements in those and other things. Water bottle and shaker. And then list your favorite grab-and-go food. So I want to write down your favorite proteins, fats, and carbs, and shakes and bars that go with it. Eggs, turkey, tuna, jerky. Your fats would be nuts, avocado, seeds. Your carbs could be fresh fruit and vegetables. And your shakes and bars would be the Zen shake or other bars that we talked about on the last webcast or that we posted in the group. So when I come back here, I want to give you a couple visuals. So these are like the Tupperwares that I love. So these are called Clean Canteen, and they're stainless steels. And I put my nuts in these. The other thing I did a protein bar litmus test in the group. So you can search function in the Zen Project 8 group and do that. But I love Epic meat bars. This is the turkey bar that I have all the time. And I like it a little bit better than its good breakdown. And I want to be clear. These aren't the cleanest bars, but they're very low in sodium. And to me, they work better than a protein bar. In addition, I have my Zen shaker right here. So this is something that I'll have. And on the go, I have my Zen protein powder. I can simply put it in my shaker, mix some water from my water bottle, and I'm set up to win. These are the things you want to start thinking about with your MRFK. Once you have a grocery shopping strategy, and now you have an MRFK, you're set up to win. So your assignment tonight, after this webcast, is to plan when you're going to grocery shop and list your favorite proteins, fats, and carbs and meal replacements that will work in your MRFK. You ready, Cassiah, for that?
I'm so ready. It's so funny too, because I was just laughing. I remember you in Anaheim. You're like sitting down, and you have your cooler with you. You have your kit, and then you had your shaker and your Zen shake, and that's what you were doing. You were totally prepared, and I think preparation is obviously the key, especially if you know you're going to be out all day or you know you're going to be on the road traveling. It is so important to make those decisions and make those choices, and it's easy to do when you're prepared. So you just laid out a perfect plan for everybody. Thank you for doing that.
Of course.
All right. Well, moving in, I know we have one more thing that we wanted to talk about, and that's how do you effectively go to a restaurant? Okay. So like eating out. And that's one thing that we did. We obviously enjoyed dinner with our staff and the rest of the team that was at the event. And I know for me, I'll just share with the audience. So I had a grilled chicken breast, a salad with a red wine vinaigrette, and then I had some berries to go along with it. So that's what I ordered when I was out. Obviously, like you said, when you're traveling and stuff, it's so easy to make the wrong choice, but it's also easy to make the right choice. And that's what's so great about this program, is becoming more aware of, okay, if I am going to eat out, how do I stay on plan? So how does our audience do that, Mark? Can you tell us a little bit about how to effectively go to restaurants or eat meals out while staying on the plan?
Yeah, I mean, that is the biggest thing, because eating out is a reality. So when people start a program, they're, I'm just going to eat at home forever. That's not going to happen. So education, I want you to keep thinking education. The more you understand food, you are in charge. You know, I did a whole segment on CNN where we went to a restaurant and we showed how to do that. And these are the 5 strategies I'm going to share with you that we did on that. And these strategies will set you up to win. The first thing before I even dive in, Cassiah, I want everyone to remember and just tell yourself this. You're the boss. Okay? Do that to yourself right now. You're the boss. You're the boss when you eat out. You are going to a restaurant and you are paying money to eat food. You can order off the menu. You can ask the server questions. That's the whole goal here. And too many times I work with people and they feel like they get a little sketchy, like, oh, I don't want to be too demanding. I don't want to be that type of person. Well, you're taking your body back and you're going to unlock its full potential. So you need to be that type of person in a cool way. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. So here are your guidelines when you eat out. So basically there's 5 of them. Just like grocery shopping, never arrive hungry, okay? The moment you go to a restaurant hungry, you're reaching for the bread. We were with Katie Holt Larson, and I love Katie, and she always knows, the vice president of North America for Jeunesse, and I always make fun of her because she goes to restaurants hungry sometimes, and when we were eating out, Cassiah, what happened? That bread came, Katie reached for the bread. So never arrive hungry. Make sure you're satisfied, even if that means having a half a shake to hold you over. Decide if you're off plan or on plan. As you enter your thrive phase, not yet, but as you enter your thrive phase, you're gonna do an off plan meal once a week. So you need to decide. I made it too many mistakes where I'd go to a restaurant and I say, I'm gonna eat on plan. And then I let myself kind of fall off plan and I didn't enjoy it. When I teach you how to eat off plan, you're gonna have fun doing it, but go in on plan. And if you're choosing to eat on plan, which you are, you choose your protein first, just like Cassiah did. When I was there, I said, okay, what protein do I want? If you want salmon, well, that's your protein and fat. If you want beef, that's your protein and fat. I chose chicken. That's my protein. And then I chose what's my carbohydrate and then what's my fat. So I chose my protein first. I then asked, do you have rice or a baked potato? They said, yeah, we have a baked potato. I said, I like a baked potato. And then I said, I'd like a salad with balsamic vinaigrette on the side. So right there, the salad dressing was my fat. I had the salad as a carb, I had the baked potato as a carb, and I had my chicken as my protein. I'm the one who took control of that, and you can do this at any restaurant, eating the protein, fat, carbs you want. The 4th thing, you order all your sauces and dressings on the side. I simply said, can I get my salad dressing on the side? I want to choose how to do that. I asked is there salt added to the chicken? If there's additional salt added, please avoid that. And then this isn't what we're doing to Ignite yet, but when you thrive, I'm not gonna, as we started this coaching, never gonna ask you to not do stuff that you love. So if you like to drink alcohol, basically in the future when you eat out, if you wanna have a glass of wine with dinner or a beer, you simply cut the grains or the calorie-dense veggies like a potato or something, or beans that are calorie-dense and carb-heavy, complex carbs. It's not an even exchange, but what ends up happening is you minimize the damage. So those are the 5 guidelines where whether you're going Chipotle, whether you're going to a sit-down restaurant, whether you're going to some place that if you can follow these, you can win. Cassiah, can you take on these 5 guidelines?
I think anyone can take on those 5 guidelines. Those seem really simple and not all that strict, and that's what makes them so amazing. I also love the fact that you make room in this plan as a lifestyle for something that's off plan. So that's something, you know, like me, normally I would say that's my cheat meal, but I love the idea of just saying, you know what, I'm just going to do something that's off plan. So I'm excited about what that looks like in terms of what you're going to be teaching us. But what remarkable advice that you gave the audience tonight. So just to kind of do a quick recap, guys, tonight on Winning Your Food Frenzy, Mark taught you how to master your grocery shopping. So make sure you can watch this replay. It's available immediately following. We'll share the information in the group, but great advice there because you have to shop so that you can create your mobile readiness food kit or your MRFK. So when you travel or have a day where you're going to be away, you've got everything that you need to be successful and stay on plan. And then, of course, how to properly eat out. And with those 5 steps, I love that. So if there's salt added, no extra sodium, dressings on the side, sauces on the side, pick your protein first. What is it that you want to use as a protein? Very simple and easy to do. So absolutely incredible information, Mark. I love it. I enjoyed dining with you in Anaheim, by the way. That was super fun. And he did. He asked the waiter, he was like, I need this, this, and this. And it was not a problem. As a matter of fact, the waiter was happy to serve him. So I love being your own boss in terms of when you are paying for a service, asking for what it is that you want. Fantastic. So, all right, guys, we are going to get ready to close out the show, but we have a special invitation for you. We love seeing your interactions, everything that you're adding and contributing to the group. And so next week, Mark and I want to invite some of the leaders in the community to come on the show with us. So we're going to be selecting people who are contributing, adding value. We want to highlight your progress and hear from you guys. Like, what is it that you're actually going through? What are you experiencing? What are the highs? What are the lows? How are things working for you? So make sure that you are active in the group, adding value. And of course, we're looking for someone that we can feature on next week's show. So we certainly want to invite you. And as always, your dose of inspiration. Mark, we are now moving into week 3. So what advice can you give our audience as we move into this next week, which, like you said, you know, we've had the motivation, everybody's kind of hopped on, and now all of a sudden it's like, this is where you really got to dig deep to kind of stay on plan. So what can you tell our audience moving into the week ahead?
Yeah, Cassiah, first off, I love rocking this with you. You do such an amazing job. So I want to give you a big shout out, because you always give accolades here, but thank you for leading this right here and being such a great member of the community. You know, it was really cool to go to Anaheim, and that's why I love doing live events, because when we went there and Tish came up to me and hugged me, and seeing so many of my dear friends who are rocking this and seeing the posts they make, and they do that, that's what inspires me. So my invitation to you is this. Week 3 is going to be probably your hardest. It's one of the hardest moments when you start seeing that 14 days in, it's a lifestyle now, new pressures are going to come. So my invitation to you is this. Remember why you started. Get clear on what you really want to get from your health. You know, it's not about chasing a goal on a number on a scale. It's not about just looking great. It's about becoming your best again. Our goal for 2016 is to live your best health. What does that mean to you? For me, it means to be the best father, the best husband, the best person I can be. Get clear on that. And when those tough days come, dive into the community and realize we are right here with you, and that will put you right back on plan. There we go, Cassiah.
That's exactly right, guys. We are all in it together. You matter. Thank you for being a part of our community. We love you guys. As you can see on my screen, a sneak peek, week 4, we're going to talk about optimizing your exercise. So maximizing your 3 types of exercise, activating your core, and how to diversify your workouts. So this is going to be a super, super fun coaching experience. So tune in right here on this channel, hangouts.zenproject8.com for next week's coaching experience. Again, the replay of this show is available immediately following. So share it in your groups, invite people to watch. And Mark, again, thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you for this incredible information that you shared with us tonight as we all move into the week ahead to pursue our very best bodies. I just want to give you a very special thanks for sharing with us tonight.
Thanks, Cassiah. And everyone, I'm hugging you from Atlanta, Georgia. And I know you're hugging from Dallas, Texas, right?
Big hugs to everybody. That's for sure. All right, guys, wishing you nothing but continued success this week. We'll see you next week on the next coaching experience. Good night.